Hi, my name is Audrey Berlin, and I'm a senior geology major at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Upon graduating in a few weeks, I'll be starting my PhD in rock and mineral physics at the University of Utah. After spending the summer processing soil cores from Iowa, my interest in advocating for the adoption of conservation agriculture principles ignited. Conventional farming focuses on producing food for the masses, but has serious consequences for long-term soil health and fertility. Currently, practices like tilling and using agrochemicals are rapidly eroding through the soil, harming ecosystems locally and globally, and wreaking economic havoc on the Corn Belt region of the US. According to geomorphologist David Montgomery's book, Dirt, over the past century, the effects of long-term soil erosion were masked by bringing new land under cultivation and developing fertilizers, pesticides, and crop varieties that compensate for declining soil productivity. In order to ensure that we have enough food and clean water for the coming generations, we must adopt conservation agriculture principles. The pillars of conservation agriculture are ditching the plow, planting complex crop rotations, eliminating the use of agrochemicals where possible, and integrating livestock into agriculture.
Hi, my name is Chase Barnes, and I'm an environmental science major at the University of Massachusetts flagship campus in Amherst. I have a strong interest in sustainable agriculture and food systems. I'm interested in learning about applying conservation agricultural practices to urban systems specifically. Learning more about the effects of soil erosion in agriculture bolstered my knowledge of sustainable agriculture, but also helped me understand the potential benefit of these practices. I focus on the effects of soil erosion in agriculture in terms of food quality and water quality. Throughout my research, I found that soil erosion will not only decrease water quality in the Midwest, but also decrease the amount and quality of the food that farmers produce. In agriculture, soil and water systems are very connected. If the soil continues to degrade, it no longer is able to retain as much water as well as organic nutrients that plants need to grow. This means that plants won't get enough nutrients, but also that a lot of nutrients and water will turn into runoff and enter groundwater and freshwater systems. Also, as soil degrades, farmers tend to use way more fertilizer to compensate for the lack of nutrients, which means that excess nutrients containing phosphorus and nitrogen will enter the water systems as well, which decreases water quality. There are many examples in the Midwest of freshwater systems that have low water quality due to agricultural runoff. This affects the health of the farmers and the people of the surrounding area that drinks the water. Soil degradation is detrimental to the health, quality, and economic well-being of the farming community, and it's important that farmers adopt conservation farming practices to protect the people and to protect the food that they produce.
Hi, I'm Angelina Itzel, and I'm a junior at UMass Amherst studying pre-veterinary science. I enjoyed learning about conservation agriculture because I've always been passionate about animal welfare, and conservation farming helps to save aquatic ecosystems. I focused on the effects of agricultural runoff on nearby aquatic wildlife. According to National Geographic, runoff can be defined as pollution from a source that indirectly dumps excess nutrients or chemicals into nearby bodies of water, and it can be accelerated by soil erosion. Nutrient pollution can lead to algal blooms, which hurt other aquatic organisms because the algae uses all available resources, such as oxygen, and outcompetes fish. Areas with no aquatic life due to algal blooms are known as dead zones. Because the Midwest is an agricultural hotspot, Lake Erie has one of the largest freshwater dead zones in the United States. To minimize the damage of runoff and the loss of nutrients that helps crops grow, farmers can adopt best management practices, which are conservational agricultural practices that tackle all aspects of nutrient management. Best management practices instruct farmers to implement the 4 R's: right rate, right timing, right source, and right placement. These practices help farmers fertilize crops efficiently and productively, which saves time, money, and resources, and leads to higher crop yield. By using BMPs, farmers also minimize runoff and nutrient pollution, which saves aquatic life.
Hi, my name is Emily Kelmar, and I'm an animal science major with a concentration of equine sciences at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. I have always been interested in livestock farming and the different practices used, which is why I took an interest in conservation practices such as rotational grazing and shared livestock crop fields. Farmers who change their farming methods will not only see an environmental improvement, but also a financial upswing. Using rotational grazing will save money and increase the likelihood of healthy cows when it comes time to sell. According to Wang et al., farmers view rotational grazing as an effective way to improve the profitability of their cattle while also benefiting overall ecosystem health. Using the fields more efficiently will also increase crops that can be used to feed the growing populations and use crops not edible to feed humans to feed the livestock. Using rotational grazing also leads to natural fertilizers for the different fields that the farmers own.